Good morning, students. Today we study about the climatic factor, that is atmosphere. Atmosphere includes only the thick gases covering or mantle or surrounding the earth. It consists of complex mixture of number of gases, water vapor and a variety of fine particulate material. Up to the height of about 300 km above the earth's surface, there is present some sort of thick gaseous mantle or cover. The gaseous cover or mantle which surrounds the globe is constituted by about 5.15 into 10 raised to the power 15 metric tons of gas, which extends which exerts a pressure of about 1 kilogram per square meter on the earth crust. This was discovered by Sitnik in 1985. Most of these gases are compressed in the lowermost layer. With the increased height above sea level, the atmospheric pressure gradually decreases. Atmosphere maintain contact with all the major types of environment of Earth, interacting with them and greatly affecting their ability to support life. It is a reservoir of several elements essential for life. It serves many functions, including the filtration of radiant energy coming from sun, stabilization of weather and climate, owing to heat capacity of the air. It consists of mixture of various gases. Of these, oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide are major components. Now, next in atmosphere, it is the structure of atmosphere. There are 5 concentric layers within the atmosphere, which can be as follows and distinguished on the basis of temperature. These are as follows: troposphere, second one stratosphere, third one mesosphere, fourth one thermosphere and last exosphere. First one, troposphere. It is the lowest layer of atmosphere in which man and other living organisms live. Is called troposphere. Troposphere is about 20 km above the earth's surface. It is thin in the polar regions, means North Pole and South Pole. It is about 10 km thick. It is a mixture of several gases. The proportion of gases in the atmosphere is fairly constant. Troposphere is characterized by steady decrease in temperature, and it may decrease up to minus 60 degrees centigrade in the upper layers. The composition of troposphere, excepting water vapor and dust particles, is in this nitrogen is present in 78.08%, oxygen 20.94%, carbon dioxide 0.0318%, and other gases argon, neon, helium, methane, nitrous oxide, krypton, hydrogen, xenon and ozone. The water vapor and dust particles occur in troposphere is variable concentration. Concentration of water vapor may range from 0 to more than 4%. The amount of water vapor is in troposphere is maximum in the lowest level of atmosphere, and it decreases gradually in the upper region and is entirely absent above 8 to 10 kilometers. Dust is limited to lower level and has no specific relationship with any other features of atmosphere. Troposphere is the layer of sulfate and is the region of strong air movements, cloud formation, lightning, thundering, etc. The upper layer of troposphere, which gradually merges with the next layer, that is stratosphere, is called as tropopause. This is about the troposphere. Then stratosphere. It is second layer of air mass extending about 30 km above tropopause is called as stratosphere. The uppermost layer of stratosphere is called as stratopause. In this zone, the temperature shown an increase from minimum of about minus 60 degrees centigrade to maximum of about 5 degrees centigrade. The increase in temperature is due to ozone formation under the influence of ultraviolet rays of solar radiation. Ozone is formed from oxygen by a photochemical reaction in which solar energy splits the oxygen molecule to form atomic oxygen, which then combines with oxygen molecule to form ozone. Ozone content of stratosphere is constant, which means that ozone is being produced from oxygen as fast as it is broken down to molecular oxygen. Ozonosphere is important because it absorbs ultraviolet radiations of the sun. The fact that upper region of stratosphere becomes warmer with increasing distance from the earth is due to transformation of absorbed ultraviolet rays into heat. This was discovered by Craig in 1968. The absorption of ultraviolet radiation by ozone umbrella is of paramount importance in the ecosystem because these radiations are prevented from reaching the Earth's surface where it would be lethal to living organisms. Ozonosphere also acts as a blanket that reduces the cooling rate of Earth. This is about stratosphere. Next layer is mesosphere. It is the third layer of atmosphere next to stratopause. It is about 40 km in height. This region is characterized by low atmospheric pressure and low temperature. The temperature begins to drop from stratopause, goes on decreasing with the increase in the height and reaches a minimum of about minus 95 degrees centigrade at a level some 80 to 90 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The upper limit of mesosphere is termed as mesopause. Fourth layer, it is thermosphere. Next to mesosphere is thermosphere, which extends up to 500 km above the Earth's surface and is characterized by steady temperature increase with the height from mesopause. The thermosphere includes the region in which ultraviolet radiations and cosmic rays cause ionization of molecules like oxygen and nitric oxide. This region is called the ionosphere. In ionosphere, molecules of gases are so widely spaced that high frequency audible sound are not carried by the atmosphere. The outermost or last layer is called as exosphere or outer space, which lacks atoms except those of hydrogen and helium. This extends up to 32,190 kilometers from the Earth. Exosphere has a very high temperature due to solar radiation. The Earth's magnetic field becomes more important than gravity in distribution of atomic particles in the exosphere. This is all about the structure of atmosphere. The gaseous mixture of troposphere is called as air. The air has a relative constant composition of gases and is utilized by most organisms in respiration to liberate chemical energy from food during oxidation. Importance of three constituent gases of air, namely oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen, is well known. These keep on cycling in nature between organisms and their atmosphere through the biogeochemical cycles. Oxygen is usually available in adequate amounts in land environment. It becomes scarce only at high altitudes, deep in ground or in water-soaked site. Aquatic organisms make use of oxygen dissolved in the water. Some of this oxygen is absorbed from the air. Some is released by plants growing in water. The amount of oxygen dissolved in water varies greatly with the temperature and depth of the water. Warmer water has a lower capacity for dissolved oxygen than colder water. The amount of oxygen in the water limits the range of water organisms in many cases. Plants obtain carbon from the gas carbon dioxide, which they absorb in the process of photosynthesis. Atmospheric nitrogen is directly used by only some nitrogen fixing bacteria of roots of leguminous plants. The air has relatively constant composition of gases. This is all about the climatic factor atmosphere.